Maybe nowhere. Are we
No.
there yet?
I have no coordinates. Where are we going?
Are we there yet? Oh, here we are. DB.
Oh, hey.
What's going on?
We're missing somebody.
We are. Our fearless leader is off on assignment, so it
Uh,
is me and you know what that means.
That means play the intro.
Not quite yet.
Oh, damn it. This is why I don't get control over anything.
So, quick update. Donald Sutherland has passed away today.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed about that. An Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Animal House, and of course your favorite, the Hunger Games. I know what a fan you were.
Sure.
But 88 years old, that is a sad news, ma'am.
Yeah.
And to brighten your day, I was just informed that Young Jedi Adventures returns for season 2.
Yay.
You get more you get more nubs, baby.
More nubs.
Everybody needs a little more nubs in their lives.
That kind of sounds.
That sounds a little weird. Okay.
Yeah.
And on that note, on that note,
podcasting, the final audio frontier. These are the legends of Brown Squadron.
Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
The ongoing mission to explore the Star Wars universe and other nerd culture topics, to seek new content and new cantinas, bars, and lounges, to boldly annoy Scruffy by making too many bad jokes. Welcome to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast.
And welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. And because somebody's not here to govern us and keep us on track.
Yeah, live long and suck it. Yeah, live long and suck it. Yeah,
oops, it's on loop.
That's going to be 90 minutes of that, isn't it?
90 minutes of that. Thank you for joining. Peace out. All right, so...
Hey, but we have picked up Will Wheaton as a listener, so
Oh yes, that's awesome!
Oh man, that'd be so awesome if Will would listen to us.
That would be epically awesome.
Yeah, he's a good human.
Not a Star Trek fan, but I would love to have Will Wheaton on the show. So Will Wheaton, if you're listening, come on the show, baby. All right, so welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. This is episode 93 or 118 on the Spotka timeline. Okay. All right, I got that stutter out of my system. So, all wings report in. This is Brown 2.
This is Brown 4, and I'm very empathetic because let me tell you a story before we start.
Please.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago we had Cartman on the show?
Yes.
Oh wait, you weren't on that show, were you?
No, I was at work.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a local radio personality, and this morning, at our workplace, our PR person had a conflict, and I was asked to set in with Cartman on the weekly radio segment. And so just like you might be a little tongue twisted right now, I had to go live on radio all over northern Michigan. Totally unprepared, working from somebody else's notes. But Cartman, being the professional he is, said, I'll edit it so you sound good. So
yes.
It wasn't really live, but I thought, wow, this is a whole different world when everything you say will be broadcast over airwaves,
See this, I can handle this because who's watching us. I mean, but
hopefully somebody's watching us.
Well, we got a few, I'm sure. A few, yeah.
So it was just weird. It was a whole different world because I'm not a PR person. I am in marketing, but I'm not a PR person.
No, you're not a PR person.
No. In fact, I'm still kind of skeptical that Brown Leader makes us do video because nobody wants to see this face.
Everybody wants to see that face because
Man.
it is the face of Rob Halford.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Exactly.
We're going to be living
Good.
after midnight, so let's move on.
Well, all right, let's move on.
Do we have a guest on the show tonight?
We do tonight. Our friend Stephen Kaarbo is on with us. Stephen, how you doing, sir?
Steve, how you doing?
Hey, doing good.
So, welcome back, Brown 36 or Wampa. It's called
Wampa.
sign.
I love your shirt. Can you see the rest of it?
Oh, dude, that
A
is
classic
cool.
dad Star Wars shirt.
That-
Every dad I know has this Star Wars shirt.
You know what? I need that Star Wars shirt. See, I'm rocking this version.
Are you rocking the new one?
Oh my word! I forgot about that.
I forgot. Brown Leader gifted us both this really cool shirt, and I promptly left it on my desk at work.
Oh no.
I think mine's in the back seat of my car.
Next
Yeah,
week.
sorry, Brown Leader. As maybe I did send him a link, so maybe he'll join us later. I doubt it, but you know, it's always possible, right? So welcome back, man. Welcome back. So tell us what you've been up to, and tell us all about the Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance and the upcoming TeepCon.
Yeah. We've just really the biggest thing has just been like lots of planning. I had no idea really what I was stepping into with this TeepCon. It's really come together. We sold out our vendor hall, which for our first year was pretty cool. Like
Rock on.
now we have a waiting
Awesome.
list of people that want to get in. I get an email probably every other day. Hey, is it too late to get in? And I'm like, maybe. We'll see if somebody cancels. We'll let you in. But it's kind of nice to have a problem like that people are wanting to be there. And we have the three kind of pillars of gaming: Warhammer 40K, Kings of War, and Magic: The Gathering tournaments that are all set up. Those are going really well. They've got really good prize support. The Warhammer and the Kings of War are like national type events. So like those gamers, I don't know anything about either one, I'll fully admit, but they for national points and stuff like that. So it's a legitimate tournament for each of those. And then
Very cool.
people love Magic. I mean, like our community up here, people just play Magic all the time. You could probably go somewhere every night of the week and see people playing Magic. So we've got that big tournament. We've got some local games from Minnesota. There's a game called Ward, the card game. There's a TCG called Nostalgics. We've got two companies up in northern Minnesota called Atlas Games and Oaken Hollow. They are game developers. So there'll be a real heavy gaming focus at the convention, but then also heavy sci-fi, fantasy. I mean, I run a Star Wars club. It's got to have Star Wars. So we've got some pretty cool guests lined up. I think most people are familiar. If you're into toy collecting at all, you know who Kim Simmons is.
There he is, the man right there.
He is like the most gracious person. He actually, I think I might have even mentioned this, like he double booked that weekend. And I was like, oh, it's okay, Kim. Like we'll catch you next year. And he's like, no, I committed. So he's going to be there for half the event, and then he's got to leave and then go to another event. But he's like totally supportive, has supported us with autographs and prints for our other fundraisers. And he'll be there for our preview party on Friday. He'll be there Saturday. He's going to do a panel about his photography. So super excited for that. I mean, I got to briefly meet him at ICCC, but not nearly as long as I would have liked to talk to him. So that's going to be super exciting. And then Leilani Shu, who's the trivia on her is she's the first named Jawa in the Star Wars universe officially. She was Tika the Jawa in the Kenobi series, but she's also been in Mando season 1, 2, 3 in Book of Boba Fett. She's played some other characters too, so she's going to be there the whole weekend. So that's super exciting, along with a lot of other folks that we have kind of around the sci-fi fantasy realm. We've got some comic book folks as well, a couple of artists. One is Travis Bentley. He is Sioux Falls. I think Travis is from Sioux Falls. Anyway, he's a great artist. He's done the digital artwork for Des Moines Con that was just last month. He does some just sick mashups and stuff. And then Dylan Jacobson, he's from Iowa. He's a kind of northern Midwest guy too. He did our artwork for the convention. He's done comic books. He's got a podcast. He does all kinds of stuff. Comic book writer Elliot Rahal. He's local to Minnesota. He's done a lot of stuff as well, Under the Influence and Basic Witch. He also got kind of a new kind of horror-y type of Archie comic, which I think is really interesting. You don't do that with Archie, like Archie and Jughead, but it's an Archie brand comic that is kind of a little bit darker.
Is
so
that
really
Basic
exciting. Witch? No, it's a different one, and I apologize
okay.
to Elliot. I forgot the name of it, but it's newer. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's in process. It'll be out soon. And we have some other folks too that'll be there. Madeline Morris, she has done voice acting in a lot of animes. So Mushoku Tensei, she's been in My Hero Academia. Anime titles are so weird sometimes. Is that one of them she's in is How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? really like literal names when they translate. Anyway, so it'll be fun, and we've got some other guests too. Jared Green is a voice actor. Martin Kleba, most people know him from Pirates of the Caribbean. He was Marty.
Yes,
little person pirate who shoots the gun. He goes flying back.
We saw him at Motor City Comic Con last month.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
He's super cool. Can't wait to see him. And then we also have Lori Fetrick, who was Ice in the original American Gladiators back in the 90s. So she has graciously accepted coming up and hanging out with us here in northern Minnesota as well. So we've got a really cool guest list. We've got artists, we've got vendors, we've got gameplay, cosplay contests. We've got folks that are coming from the 501st. We've got a couple of cosplayers from the Twin Cities, so Minneapolis, St. Paul area, coming up to judge the cosplay contest and hang out with fans. It's going to be a really, really exciting, really fun time. That Saturday, Sunday, August 24th and 25th. At probably the best time to come to northern Minnesota. Late August, it'll be beautiful, right on Lake Superior. So you get your nerd on, and you can go out and see the Great Lake right there too.
So tell us, you say northern Minnesota. Go ahead and plug the venue in the city, because there may be people who haven't listened before. I find that hard to believe, but
really loyal following. They better be here. We're in Duluth, Minnesota, so right on the tip of Lake Superior in northern Minnesota, right across from Superior, Wisconsin. So if you're in northern Michigan, northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, you know where Duluth's at, right on Lake Superior. The venue we're at is the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center. So it's the big convention center in the area, and like I said, we filled up our vendor hall. We've got the whole upstairs for the gaming tournaments. We'll have panels. All of our guests have graciously accepted doing a panel or a presentation for us. Like I said, Kim Simmons is going to talk about his toy photography. Jared and Madeline will talk about their voice acting careers, and Lori will talk about her time on American Gladiators. And she's got a podcast called Chilling with Ice that's really cool. She talks about just kind of having a fit life, and she looks like she could go right back on American Gladiator. She's still pretty ripped.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't want to mess with her in a dark alley. Anyway, so here in Duluth, August 24th, 25th, we definitely would love to have kind of anybody come, but really want to outreach to northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, because we often get forgotten here in the frozen tundra of the United States. So we like to have fun too. We like to nerd out. So one of the people that reached out to me not too long ago about we have a hotel block at the Radisson here in Duluth, which is a very unique hotel. It's round, and it's got a restaurant to the top that spins 360 degrees. So you sit down for an hour dinner, you spin all the way around and see the whole city. Anyway, he reached out, and
cool.
he's from Michigan, so I wonder if maybe he is one of your followers. I don't know, but he's super excited to come to our convention from Michigan. So,
Very
Yeah.
awesome. Where's he from in Michigan? Did he say?
not sure. I'd have to go back and check. I just saw Michigan, and I was like, oh, I wonder.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, all 1 dozen of our followers, it could be one of them.
Well, I know if I wasn't committed to a big event at work, I would be there.
I want to be there so bad too.
Next year. The plan is this will be annual, and we'll by the time this event happens in August, we'll already have information about next year that we'll be able to share. So we'll have a more advanced warning for everybody.
Yeah,
Awesome.
when you can release those dates, I will put in for those dates off next year for sure.
Absolutely. We will make the trek across the UP, the loneliest, most boring stretch of highway in the Western Hemisphere.
Hey, but we can stop and get some pasties.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
That'll make it a little more palatable for that trip.
Yeah. There's somebody in California right now going, "What the hell is a pasty?"
What's a and I'm like, why would you want to do that? I mean, I'll stop in Wisconsin for some cheese curds, but no.
There you go.
There we go. That's better. So tell us about the Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance.
Yeah. So I've been to a few.
I love this logo, by the way.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Leia Cameron did our art. She did all the art for the badges at ICCC last year. There's a couple of surprises in store for TeebCon from Leia. So I can't show them yet. But closer to the event, I can announce those. But Leia's submitted some art for us, which is super cool. Anyway, the Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance really grew out of my experience at conventions. I don't have a long history at conventions. The first one I went to was Celebration in 2019. But I just really enjoyed the fan area. That was like the most fun that I had. And just meeting people from like Georgia or Pennsylvania or New York, California, Seattle, Florida. They had these really cool organized clubs where they had fun games or gave stuff away and interacted with fans. I was like, I wish we had something like that in Minnesota. A couple years go by, I'm like, I wish we had something like that in Minnesota. A little bit longer goes by, and I'm like, all right, we're just doing this. So on the way home from ICCC last year, my son and I basically decided, all right, we're doing it. And went ahead and started it up. And we've got a pretty nice following at this point on Facebook. We've got about 560 people on the Facebook page. Probably another 50 or 60 that do like the old-fashioned email sign up. They're not on Facebook, and which I can't blame them. Sometimes Facebook is a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Absolutely.
So I think we got about 600 quote members. It's free to join. We're not a club that says you have to be in Minnesota. I've got people from England that are in the club, which is super cool. I've been able to trade swag across the pond, as they say. Yes. So that's been really fun. We've done some events. May the 4th this year was really cool. So Barnes & Noble had a little Lego build that they were giving away. And we struck up a conversation with the manager. So we ended up as the club tabling at the Barnes & Noble, helping with the Lego giveaway. But then we had a sand trooper, a local 501st dressed up as a sand trooper. He was there. They did photo ops. We did some trivia and giveaways and art contests of a Star Wars focus. So on May the 4th, we got to partner with them. So that was super cool. And going into it, they were like, we don't even know if we're going to give away all these Lego sets because we just don't know. And you put something out about collectibles on a Star Wars collecting group and you're going to get a crowd, and every single one of them were gone. So the Barnes & Noble was super happy. And it's not Star Wars per se, but we have another event going on at our local Barnes & Noble that'll be an anime focus. We tabled at the local Minnesota comic book convention this last May, the Minnesota Comic Book Association. We were down there. gave away tons of stickers and buttons, and just talked to people about Star Wars and collecting, and really it's just about connecting with people. A guy I met there just this last May, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to collect the first 12 Star Wars figures. I had them when I was younger. I'd like to get them now. And I was like, I know a guy who can help you. He's like, I'm like, I think I've got all the ones you need, so hit me up. So anyway, so yeah, just connecting with people to relive their childhood or share their passion with their kids or grandkids. And we're very much a family focused club. Whatever you like, we try to be as non-judgmental as possible. If you like old stuff, new stuff, Disney stuff, whatever, it's okay. It's your Star Wars, and that's all good as long as you don't like take it out on somebody else. But yeah, it's been fun. We actually have a convention a week from tomorrow, a small convention here in Minnesota. North of us is called the Iron Range. So they have a small convention called Range Fan Con. So we'll be tabling up there, having our like Star Wars trades. We do a lot of trading, giving away patches and buttons and stickers, and just telling people about the group and getting folks interested again in Star Wars.
Awesome. So your first convention was Star Wars Celebration in Chicago.
It was. And
wow, you talk about taking a dive in.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, all right, this sounds like a good idea. And it's within driving distance, which was like the selling point. Driving distance, and we have family in Chicago. So it was kind of
nice.
I'll admit it was a cheap vacation because we didn't have to pay for a hotel and didn't have to pay for airfare. So we drove down there, and initially I was like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. And then I was like, no, this is super cool. And it was so much fun, and I just met so many different people, and I still remember some of the people that I met then from mostly the clubs. Like that, you start to get to recognize names and faces from people that are in Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Georgia, like all of those kind of bigger clubs throughout the country. You start to know, hey, I remember seeing you at Celebration Chicago. Then I saw you at Anaheim, and then I saw you here. So it's a lot of fun to make those connections all over the country.
Absolutely. Brown Leader and I were both there, and that was not a cheap vacation for us. We drove down to just probably what would be west of Gary, Indiana. I hopped on a train because I was not paying $100 a night to park my car at a hotel I was already paying to stay in.
Fair. I would be the same way probably.
No, it was and the hotel wasn't cheap, but it wasn't terrible. But yeah, it was an absolute amazing trip. It was fun. Like I said, we met lots of great people there, and that's kind of where we started coming up with this idea of a podcast. Because he was doing his own podcast at the time,
okay.
And I was down there just for collection. I was there to finish off some of the collection, pick up this and that, and I think that's where I got him. He was already hooked on Star Wars, but I think that triggered something moving in him because
nailed it.
Got it rolling again. Yeah, because he got super geeked when we managed to get into the panel to see the Mandalorian preview, and that's when he went absolutely nuts.
I still remember I went to that panel. Well, the overflow panel, so it was just the screen, but that was okay. My son and I were there, and when that IG unit spins around,
IG-11, yeah.
People they freaked out, and
anyway,
I still remember that. That was one of the highlights of that whole event. The fan area, meeting a couple of the artists, and then those are probably the three top things that I took away. Because like I said, I'd never been to a convention. I hadn't even been to a local convention like our Minnesota conventions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was straight into that, and I had no idea autographs, I don't know any of this stuff. I just want to take it in. And my son got a couple of autographs, so he met a couple of voice actors, but I was just enthralled with the fan art and the amazing stuff that people come up with, and toys, of course. I can't get away from toys.
Of course, yeah. No, the fan art was amazing. I absolutely loved that area. I could have spent hours in that area alone. if I wasn't spending hours in lines waiting for autographs.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
DB and I were both at Celebration 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, Celebration 3 in Indy was my first major
Indianapolis.
kind. And I got to say, the crew I worked with back then, and oh my God, that was 2005.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a little while ago.
Yeah, my crew gifted me my ticket, and I thought, oh, that's cool, but I'm going to go alone. And they said, no, you're not. We're all going with you. So it was great. We all piled in a car and left a couple people behind to, mind the shop. And then I waited 7 hours in line to go to the store.
Yeah, literally
7
7 hours.
I've
wasted-
still never
an
gone to a
entire
Star
day.
Wars store.
They
never got in?
vastly improved it.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad because my first day, I'm like, well, I'm going to get into that store and I want to get everything I need right on the first day. So we waited probably 6 hours in line outside and then 7 more hours in line to get into the store.
Oh wow.
Yeah, by
it
the
was
time
rough.
I
It was
went
rough.
to the next one in Orlando, they had actually vastly improved that, and I haven't had a problem since. But I've only been to 3 celebrations. I didn't make it to Chicago with Brown Leader and Scruffy, and I'm still sad about that. But I was unable to go at that point.
Yeah, we were sad about it too.
But hey,
You-
now
you
we
need-
go to. I mean, as much as I love Celebration because they bring in all these big names, probably because they're under contract. I mean,
Right.
I'm really enjoying more regional and local cons.
Absolutely.
We went down to Motor City a month ago, and Scruffy and I like to go to the Grand Rapids Comic Con, a couple hours from us here in Michigan. And of course, ICCC. I mean, that's where we met you, Steve. So,
Yep. Mom, I've got my tickets for that with my fingers crossed that we'll get a club table. Minnesota applied for a club table.
I'm hoping you do for sure. Look just like that. Hopefully.
We've made some improvements, but it'll look very similar.
Nice.
We've got some good stuff, and we have some fingers crossed. We do some plans for some swag and giveaways to work with other clubs, and just one of the reasons we did pick the name that we did, the Star Wars Collectors Alliance, is to align with other groups and not be like in competition or anything, or to take away from anybody else. We just want to work. And some of the leaders of other clubs have been super cooperative, super gracious. Like Tennessee, if you're familiar with Josh Phillips, he's kind of in charge of the Tennessee club. He's super great to work with. He's done celebration patches, and he does the ICCC patch hunt patches.
oh yeah,
He's great. The guys at the Georgia club are super cool to work with. The Northeast, I think Northeast guys are super great as well. So a lot of these clubs, they've got people that are amazing. Pennsylvania is amazing. Those guys will help with anything. In fact, I remember walking out of Celebration Anaheim and I saw him and I was like, oh, I love you. I love the stuff you guys do and the stuff you give away and the patches and stuff. And like, I'd love to have Minnesota do something like that sometime. And they, to a person, like, you just need someone to do it. Just start it. And I was like, oh, I don't know how that works. And they're like, neither did we. We just started it. So the people that are like running these clubs or in the kind of the upper levels, they're super gracious and helpful. And if you're like, oh, I need some help with this paperwork, or I need help with is this okay with Lucasfilm or stuff like that? They're super helpful with that.
Yeah, it would be fun to have something like that here in Michigan because we really don't have anything like that I know of anyway.
yeah. I'm not aware of anything, but if I had the time, I would so be on.
we could just absorb you. Minnesota can just absorb Michigan. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Yeah, that works. No?
I was thinking about. I don't think I have the authority to. No.
Yeah, well, we're super bummed we're not going to be able to be there, but I can't tell you how bad I want to go. It would be an absolute riot. We would love to be there. I know.
Said next year.
Next year,
we'll make it happen.
Next year, I'm almost 100% sure. At least I'll be able to go anyway. DB up there will put in for time off right away.
Absolutely. And I got to get you connected with my nephew because he's big into Magic. I mean, he's one of these I'm everywhere, every convention kind of
Okay.
guys.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's going to be a
guys-
lot of fun, and I don't know personally like all of the ins and outs, but everybody has, like the prize support and stuff like that they have is pretty substantial. The stuff that they're going to
mhm.
give away, because I think I've mentioned before that we're partnered with the local gaming community here in northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and those shops are involved, so they're donating to the prize pool and really pumping up these games, and there'll be a lot of really cool stuff that they'll give away at the Magic event, the Warhammer event, the Kings of War event as well.
That's awesome that they're involved, and you kind of put aside your competitiveness for the greater good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody will come out of this convention a winner, in the gaming community for sure.
Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
do you have a team that works with you, and like this person's in charge of gaming and this is in charge of celebrities, and you got a good team that backs up?
Yeah, we have like the gaming portion of it it's running those tournaments is a lot, like a lot of coordination. So there's role playing games, the Magic, the TCG type things, volunteer coordinator, the guest star coordinator, the vendor. I'm kind of in charge of like the vendors and the artists and those people, that kind of liaison. And then there's people that are in charge of like security and transportation. I mean, you got to get celebrities from the hotel to the venue to the airport and all of that. So all of those kind of subgroupings. We've got kind of an official group of probably about 15 of us, and then like concentric circles out of volunteers from the stores. So like employees from the stores or friends of people in the stores, or the local gaming community. Like there's these different pockets of gamers that just really want to see these events grow. Or like I never knew the type of fanaticism there was with Warhammer. But people who love Warhammer, they're not like, I like Warhammer. They're like, Warhammer is like a pretty big deal. So they really want to make this Warhammer tournament like premiere, and they're almost sold out. Like we expanded the tournament. It was only going to be 50 people, and they had to expand it because the overwhelming response, they blew past 50 people and raised it to 80. They can't really go any bigger than that, just logistically. But yeah, they blew that out of the water. So yeah, Warhammer folks are pretty intense about their gaming.
That's awesome. I don't know anything about Warhammer, but if you can almost double the size of your tournament, that says something in your first year of having this convention. That's amazing.
Absolutely. So looks like somebody snuck away for a few minutes and left a little message here. Brown Leader is not totally focused on whatever he's doing. We'll save that one. We'll save that one. We'll save that one for a little bit later. That's a question we got coming up here in just a little bit.
Hey, Steve, have you been watching The Acolyte?
I'm going to admit that I did watch the first 2 episodes. And then it was kind of, to be fair, it's kind of slow. And what I've just decided is I'm just going to wait till they're all out and then watch them.
Okay.
If you could avoid the spoilers, that would be awesome.
I'm sure I'm going to have spoilers, but I'm also so busy outside of work that I haven't been scrolling as much, or I haven't been listening to as many podcasts, just because I've been kind of with planning and a lot of times I have to do like emails after work and do meetings after work with people that are going to be involved in the event, that I haven't actually seen a lot of it. I've just seen more, to be fair, what I've seen is more like YouTube thumbnails of like angry people.
The show's taking a beating, and I don't understand that. So
yeah, I don't get it. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's not the Star Wars we're used to, but it's a different story that I've been asking for. Tell me something different.
Yeah, and people have been saying that for a long time. Don't just rehash the same thing. So then they do something different, and So I think you're going to have arguments on either side, and that's okay.
Well,
but just don't get it.
I know you're trying to avoid spoilers, but I mean, it is kind of weird that we find out that Darth Sidious is in fact Jar Jar Binks. So,
Oh, you had to tell him that, dude. That's rude.
well, it only comes out in the third episode. He was gonna find, yeah.
No. You might as well not even watch it now, Steve. It's ruined for you.
Yeah.
No, there's been a lot of hate for that show, and I don't get it because I'm enjoying it. So I mean, throw the hate mail my way, but I kind of like this show.
So, what's the saying? No one hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan.
That's right.
I've heard that many times over the last month here because some people are, I don't know. But to be fair, and I'll admit this on screen, I liked The Last Jedi. There was things about it that I don't like, but I came out of the theater blown away by some things, not liking something, but I think you can take things and turn it really negative, or you can just say, yeah, I don't like that. And I think that's okay.
And move on. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of Jar Jar, but I still enjoyed the movies. I mean,
yeah, I don't like Jar Jar, but I'll go back and watch that pod race over and over because it's just so much fun. I mean,
absolutely,
little kid like piloting a pod and like knocking out Saboba there at the end, like that's just fun. Like,
absolutely. But yeah, it's getting a lot of hate, and none of us can figure out why. Brown Leader watched the last episode, and he's in an uproar now because of a specific character he's in love with was taken out. So
Oh no.
Yeah. So I won't give you any spoilers, but yeah, of course, as you know, somebody's gonna die in some of these episodes, so that's not a big spoiler.
I think it's probably gonna be lots of people in this show.
What I didn't like about the most recent episode, and I literally just watched it today, they left you with quite a cliffhanger, and it's really annoying me that I have to wait a week.
Yeah, okay. If I'm gonna complain about anything, I'm gonna complain about that.
Yeah.
It was a brutal cliffhanger, and it's just driving me insane.
Yes. Star Wars is meant to be fun.
So apparently somebody's still focused on what we're doing, not what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Brown Leader, you have things to do besides listen to us take over Trek Talk.
Trek Talk. No, okay, we're gonna shut that one down right now. No Trek Talk. So yeah, it's good so far. I hope you enjoy. I'm anxious to get you back on here after you've seen the whole thing and tell us what you really think about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my opinion may change, after I've seen the whole thing, but I'm enjoying it right now.
And again, that's what it should be. You should be able to sit down, watch it, and enjoy it, and that should be okay.
Have you ever seen the 1985 or was it 1986 Sylvester Stallone classic Cobra?
Oh, you're killing me.
This was the question the last time I was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still haven't reviewed it.
Oh, you haven't? I've seen it, but it was probably 1987 when I saw it.
See, that was our assignment. I literally went and watched it that night. I bought it because I love that movie. I just love that movie, and here we are. About 2 months later?
Been 2 months.
Yeah,
2 months later, and here we're still waiting.
Yeah.
Kardashian for life.
Kardashian, isn't she married to a rapper or something?
Oh, hey, I think so. So, did you watch Tales of the Empire?
I only got through the Morgan Elsbeth story. I haven't seen the Barris story yet. I like the Morgan Elsbeth character, like from the minute that she was in that episode of The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I love this actor. I don't know if I've seen anything that she's been in before. Maybe I have, but I was like, oh, I liked the Beskar staff that she had, that she was fighting with. And I mean, I know she's a martial artist herself in real life. And then in Ahsoka, it was just a very intriguing character that I really liked. So I liked getting a little bit more backstory on her. So I enjoyed that arc. I just haven't had time to get around to the Barris arc yet.
Yeah, the I can't think of the actress. Diana Lee Inosanto. Isn't that her
Inosanto,
name?
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I've never heard of this woman, and she just owns this role. I mean,
Yeah.
she's like Bruce Lee and Peter Cushing matched into one person.
Oh my word! Yes.
Tell
that's
me I'm
perfect.
wrong. She's
Yeah,
just
no.
got that.
Perfect.
She's got that presence, and then you know she's gonna kick your butt if you tick her off. You know.
I'm super, super excited because there's a convention. Maybe there's a convention in Sioux Falls, South Dakota called Voices Against Cancer, 605 pop culture convention. And they raise money for cancer research. So all these stars are coming and they'll donate proceeds to the cause. But some of the big stars, they have Lars Mikkelsen, they have what is his name? Played Ezra Bridger. Iman Esfandi, I think is his name.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Close.
Rosario Dawson and
Oh.
Diana Lee Inosanto are all going to be there. And like, I love Rosario Dawson, but I'm like probably more excited to see Diana Lee Inosanto. Like, I'm so excited. And anyway, so we get to meet all of them there. And so I went for the extra turbo VIP $1 million pass because I want to meet all of them.
That foursome alone is worth going. Man,
Oh,
Sioux
yeah.
Falls. I've never been to Sioux Falls.
I've never been either. And they've pulled together this amazing convention. Like last year they had Katie Sackhoff, Ian McDermott, Anthony Daniels. They've had some really big names that they're pulling to South Dakota. It's not like Chicago or Orlando or LA. It's Sioux Falls. But they put together this really, really great convention. So I'm super excited to see it.
Yeah, he plays Jabba the Hutt nowadays.
That's right.
Yeah, you totally lost me there because as soon as you said that, I started looking up 605 Pop Culture Con, July 2021. I'm sure DB, we're probably going to be working.
July? No, actually, I will be in Biloxi, Mississippi that weekend.
Oh, Matthew Wood is going to be there.
Yes,
I need that autograph. Okay, I'm sorry. Focus. Here, focus.
Hit me up. I can try and help you out if needed. And I think there's
right.
also one of the voice actors. I forget his name is like T.C. Carson. I think he's Mace Windu in the Clone Wars.
Very cool.
So anyway, they've got a really cool lineup. But going back to Diana Lee Inosanto, I'm super excited to see her. She seems like just a wonderful person, and just owned being Morgan Elsbeth. That was she was great.
Yeah, because like TV said, I'd never who she was either, and then she walked out on, she made her first appearance, and it was like, whoa, that is just a very dark. You can feel the darkness almost.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was just an epic performance. I thought she did a great job with that. And that animated version of her was also really good too.
Yeah, she voices the anime too, doesn't she? Yeah,
Yep.
I thought so.
Yeah.
So they were able to take that feeling of her and turn it into a cartoon character, and that was pretty awesome.
It doesn't always translate. Like sometimes a voice actor can't translate to screen. A screen actor can't.
Oh, unfortunately, we just lost. Oh, there you are.
Is he back?
Is he back? Is he not back?
Oh, hey, Steve.
There we are.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go.
Guess who's back?
Oh, well, Eminem is from Michigan.
Oh, yes, that's right. And he just dropped that single like 2 weeks ago. So yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Boy, we are getting derailed big time.
Oh wait, 246. Who's the hotel bills?
What?
Yeah. We'll have to add that to our list of places to go next year too. TCon, PopCon, 605 PopCon.
Just take the whole year off for a con sabbatical. You just go to a different
one. If I win the Mega Millions, I am getting me an RV that looks like Eagle 5 from Spaceballs, and we are just going to cruise the country and go to cons.
Hey,
There you go.
as long as we're squirreling, did you see the news? There's an
Oh
official
yes.
sequel to
Well,
Spaceballs.
there is supposedly an official Spaceballs 2 coming out.
It was in
Really?
Variety magazine. Just
Okay.
saying.
Well, but we've heard this rumor before, and I haven't seen anything yet, so I'll believe it when I see an actual
Don't
trailer.
wait. Scruff.
Trailer, yes.
Buy the Winnebago now because the prices are going to shoot through the roof after this comes out.
Yeah, probably $500 now. They might be $750 when the new movie comes out.
We got to mod that thing up with the wings to be Eagle 5 though.
I'll figure something out. I'm very resourceful. I'll figure something
3D
out.
print it. Just massive amounts of 3D printing.
This
There you
is
go.
what happens when Brown Leader's not here to corral us back to the topic at hand.
Yeah,
We're all over the place.
Tales of the Empire. That's where.
Oh yes, Tales of the Empire. All right, all right. Well, so yeah, we won't spoil the other arc for you, but it was really good. It was very interesting, and I did enjoy that one as well.
And they tell you it's about Barris, but it's really about Darth Jar Jar, who is actually.
Dude, why you got to keep ruining it for him, man?
Well, he's got to keep up. I mean,
Yeah, it's my own fault. My own fault. I should have
Well,
watched
that's
it
true.
by now.
what the heck, Steve? Are you putting together a convention or something? What's
I know,
taking all
right?
your time?
Goodness.
That's
Priorities.
That's got to be an amazing amount of time, though. Seriously, to put that together.
I don't know
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
do that with a full-time job. That's amazing.
A lot of fancy calendar maneuvering.
I'll bet. All right, so we have one question that we were supposed to cover tonight. As a special topic coming from our friends at Records of the Republic podcast. We were supposed to lay out our top 7 favorite Star Wars ships. So, Wampa, let's start with you, Steve. What do you think?
The number one or the
Top 7.
goodness, top 7. Well, people will probably not like this, but I like the classics. So I kind of like the plane ships. Like I would honestly put an X-Wing in my top 7.
Yes.
Because you cannot have
Absolutely.
Star Wars without an X-Wing. Likewise, you got to have the bad guy, so you got to have a TIE fighter.
Yep.
If you don't have those two foundations of Star Wars, it's just any other sci-fi. I think those two ships are just so incredible. So I don't know where they would fall in the order of 1 through 7, but I would definitely put those two in top 7. My absolute favorite toy ship is the B-Wing, with that kind of like, I don't know, like gyroscoping,
Mhm.
like when you
the cockpit
turn it.
rotates. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was like mind-blowing as like, I don't know, like a 12-year-old. You're like, how does this work? And then the wings go out. And anyway, so I'm putting a B-Wing in there. Like more towards like the newer stuff, the prequel era, the LATT, the like the Republic gunship that they introduced. That thing is amazing. I've got like the UCS Lego set upstairs in my room.
Nice.
It's also my son's favorite ship too. So that would be in the top 7 for sure. I would put so ship, not vehicle necessarily. I really like the is it the Jedi Starfighter that had the ring?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So like
Hyperspace ring.
Obi-Wan goes in and the ring, and that's so that particular one I like a lot because the ring was just super cool. So I think that's 5. I am a huge Ventress fan from Clone Wars era, so I love anything Ventress. So Ventress's ship, I don't even know if I know the name of it, if it even had a name. But her ship with kind of like the bubble with the thing, it kind of reminds you. It has like the fin, kind of Dooku-ish, but not really.
Yeah, very similar to the Solar Sailor.
Yeah.
Sailor, yeah.
Yeah. And then, gosh, what would be the last one? I think it might be, it'd be a toss-up between a number of them.
It does not show a name in Wikipedia for it.
Yeah, so I don't know that they ever mentioned one. I know I saw the little spoiler on the side, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the Falcon. I was debating between that other one that was popped up there for a second and the Falcon, but I think again, just for iconic, I mean they're both iconic, but just iconic, like X-Wing, TIE Fighter, Falcon. Like you show those three things and you're like, Star Wars battle right there.
Absolutely.
You know, we've talked about this before, that the ships from the original trilogy really are characters of the original trilogy. They're just as identifiable as Luke Skywalker or Han Solo.
Yeah, people that don't know about Star Wars know, oh, that's an X-Wing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just something the sequels and the prequels kind of were kind of lacking a little bit in my opinion.
I would agree. I think the prequels did a good job of making ships. They were cool, but without like a personality. And then the sequels, even though I love the sequels, it didn't seem like there was anything particularly like new.
No, we still relied on the Falcon to be our home base.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like Brown Leader is a little sidetracked. Have you heard the news? There's a secret code to picking out light side and dark side Oreos. Follow me for more tips and tricks. And I will be taking him up on that. 2 bags, both dark side.
Okay.
So I need some help with that. So DB, what's your list?
Well, first of all, I just go and buy like 5 bags and just start eating them. I don't care what. No. My list.
How can you do that?
I'm fat.
Fair enough. So am I. All right, your list.
I got to go with Steve. You got to have the X-Wing and the TIE and the Falcon. Although, you know, the Falcon's pretty impractical having the cockpit visibility limited. I mean, I understand it's fantasy. We don't have to, you know, but so does the TIE fighter. I mean, there's no peripheral vision on a TIE fighter.
None.
But I got to say, when Return of the Jedi came out, the TIE Interceptor, that one really grabbed my attention.
That's a great one.
Yeah. I am a huge fan of the classic Star Destroyer, the one that flies over after the opening credits in A New Hope. Oh man, that blew me away as a kid. And of course, then we get the command ship in Empire, and you realize how big that thing is compared to, you know. So, and I'm going to cheat a little bit on this list because my all-time favorite vehicle in Star Wars, classic AT-AT. All right,
that's great.
Not the crappy gorilla arm things from Last Jedi. Those didn't scare me at all. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Andrew, TIE Interceptor. Yep. But man, the classic walkers, the Battle of Hoth is my favorite battle. I mean, it just scared the daylights out of me. And again, here's a completely impractical vehicle that would totally sink on snow. Okay. And they're easily tripped up as they've proven.
Apparently.
But what a cool vehicle.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
What do you got, Scruff?
Anything else on that list?
No.
All right. So
no, we'll move it on.
I actually did the list and I thought this is going to take me forever. Actually, it took me 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes probably. So here are mine. Number 7, the TIE Fighter / TIE Interceptor. Both are on that. Both had to make that list for sure. Number 6, the Star Destroyer, of course, because of that opening scene in A New Hope, where you know the 10 of 5 comes across, and you think that's just epic until the Star Destroyer comes across, and it just keeps going and going and going, and it's just like, my word, that was an epic scene. Number 5 is the Ghost. I love the Rebels. I love the Ghost.
Oh, I didn't think about the Ghost. Oh, the Ghost is a cool ship.
It's an epic ship. Number 4 is an X-wing because X-wings are just cool. Number 3, of course, is going to be the Falcon. You got to have the Falcon, man. It's a like we said, it's a character in and of itself. And number 2, the Lambda class Imperial shuttle. I've always loved that thing. I got
Good one.
up behind me there, back there, and the number 1, which will be no surprise to anybody, the Marauder from the Bad Batch. I love that ship.
Now, is that the original or 1701A?
We're moving along. The original.
You know
We're
what?
not doing-
You know
what? What? Tell me what.
Did Brown Leader give you a list?
He did not. So,
I'm guessing. Can I just guess?
oh wait, he just had I found DB's list. Number 2 was the Martez Smuggler, Sister Smuggler ship.
You know what? You know what? I would steal the Martez sisters ship if I could put them in my exhaust and fry them. I don't like the Martez sisters.
Wow. How's that haterade taste, bro? Wow.
You know, Brown Leader, as long as you're watching, if I were to guess your favorite ship is Slave One, would I be even close?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
And of course, the honorable mention on my list, Eagle 5 from Spaceballs. Technically, not a Star Wars ship, but it's just too.
Do you know what 2 ships I forgot to add?
Huh.
The Colonial Viper
Spaceball.
and Spaceball 1.
Who does not love
Or
Spaceball?
Mega Maid, okay?
It's gone from suck to blow. Oh my!
Moving
word.
right along. No.
Oh, wait.
because
wait.
we
And of course, his is the Razor Crest number 2, which I kind of figured it would
now
be.
Brown Leader, is that Razor Crest or Razor Crest 1701A?
Of course, number 3 is going to be his Mando's Corvette, midlife crisis Corvette, Naboo Starfighter thing.
Starfighter, yeah.
You know that's going to be his number
The
3
Chrome
choice.
Starfighter.
So I would say his number 4 choice. What do you think his number 4 choice would be?
Let's see. We got Boba Fett's Slave One, so probably Jango Fett's Slave One.
Oh wait, so Spaceballs 2 is going to show Spaceballs 1 only partially reconstructed. Probably. That would be the excellent introduction to that.
That would
show,
be
huh?
so awesome. Do you know what ship I didn't mention that I absolutely adore? Is the Y-Wing.
Oh, the Y-Wing. The Y-Wing is cool.
The Y-Wing is a sleek, cool ship. And it makes a cool sound.
That it does. And the Y-Wing got bumped off of my list because I could only choose 7. According to the assignment, it was 7. Oh, wow. His number 3 is a Y-Wing.
Yeah, Y-Wing.
There we go. But I had to eliminate something because I've always loved that Lambda class Imperial shuttle, and I fell in love with the Marauder the first time I saw it, which was end of the last season of Clone Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The one that just recently,
The first arc of season 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
So automatically those hit my favorite, and I love the Ghost the second I saw it. Oh, number 4 is the B-Wing.
Oh,
okay, we're gonna complete his list here right now. Where's the B-Wing? Come on, Brown Leader. What's number 5, 6, and 7? But so yeah, the Y-Wing almost made my list, but I only had 7. It kept getting a little bit further back on the list till it fell off the list, unfortunately.
You're a Ghost fan. Did you back the Ghost with the HasLab last year? I think it was last year.
It was last year. No, I did not, unfortunately. I am out of room. And when I say I'm out of room, I mean I am literally out of room. In the wall behind me, from here all the way back to there, about 6 feet wide, is completely stuffed with stuff that I cannot display.
Fair enough.
And there is no shelf space down here left to display anything. Because you see what's behind me, but what you don't see is off to the right of me and all across the front of me. So it's completely out of control. I'm looking forward to hitting a couple conventions and possibly selling some stuff and getting rid of some of the stuff. because I just don't have room for it, and I did not have room for that Monster HasLab. That Monster HasLab Ghost. Number 5, Hammerhead Corvette. Yeah, I guess I should have known that. He'd mentioned that once. That was one of his favorites too.
Yeah, I have a Razor Crest HasLab that I haven't been able to put it out because I don't have any room at the moment of where to put it. And then I did order a Ghost because I was like, I can't not order one. But I haven't ordered either.
Well, see, now I know where to go and look at it, and we can kind of play with it and set it up and stuff, and then I can just go home and I'll live vicariously through coming over to your house and checking yours out.
Can't even remember when it's supposed to get. It's like one of those things you like back it, and it's like 2 years later you get it or something.
Something like that, yeah.
But I'm sure I'll have it before next 2025 TeebCon. So when you come up, you can come take a look at the Ghost.
Oh yes, I'm gonna be it's just like, you guys just leave me here. I'm just gonna hang out and
Now,
the Ghost.
are you backing the Cantina?
I'm torn. I kind of like it. It's a little bit higher price point than what I think it's worth, honestly. But
it is, but it's such an iconic piece that I don't think they're going to have any problems.
No, it'll get back. It'll for sure get back. I'm more of the I like the ships more than like the display pieces. I don't just in my brain, like from playing with toys as a kid, I like the ships.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
I'm there with you too, but the Cantina scene was just a memorable scene for me from A New Hope. The first, obviously the first one we saw, and it's just always stuck with me as just a cool scene.
Well, and some of the figures, when you unlock those higher tiers, I mean, they got the Tonica sisters for the first time.
Yeah, right there is like that's like the selling point.
That's the Tonica sisters, not the Martez sisters. Okay?
Yeah. So I wonder if we hit over that max limit, will we get a B. Arthur figure?
I would.
The bartender. Oh my word! What was her name?
Akmina
bartender. Yes, we need an Akmina bartender figure.
You get a Harvey Korman that like drinks through his head too.
That'd be cool too. Yeah. Number 6 for Brown Leader was Jedi Starfighters from Episode 3. I should have guessed that as well. Come on, Brown Leader, we need one more. He's sneaking off and doing this and going back out.
It's gonna be like Bandit's car from Smokey and the Bandit because of the Trans Am,
or something, or no, it's probably the DeLorean.
Oh,
yeah, mm-hmm.
You're onto something there.
I think so.
It's gonna be the General Lee.
Oh, seriously.
In flight, it is a ship.
In flight, it is in flight.
Yeah, right,
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh man, we are all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I know. Oh, here it is. And Mando's N1. Oh, the Mando gauntlets. Okay, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm surprised that wasn't higher on your list, Brown Leader.
I know, right? Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess we should have known that. All right. So there is Brown Leader's list. Excellent. Little bit different than I thought it would be. I thought things would be rearranged a little bit more.
Yeah, I knew that Slave One would be at the top.
Yeah, we knew we saw that coming a mile away.
Come on.
We knew Razor Crest would be 2.
Say the quote. Say the quote. The Boba Fett quote from Fanboys.
Oh yes. You guys got to stop perpetuating the myth that Boba Fett's some kind of badass.
There we go.
We need to get that quote on the.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Oh, number 8 is Grogu's Pram. Yes.
Well, awesome. He likes Grogu's Pram because now that he's hit the half-century mark with the rest of us, he's going to need it to roll around pretty soon. So.
I'm telling you, I think we're all going to get walkers and just walk ICC with our little walkers, and they got that little thing you turn around, sit down on, set the brakes on.
I'm going to totally do that.
I think you're onto something. That's a good idea.
I know. We're all over 50 now, and feeling every bit of it lately.
My knees sure are.
Agreed.
I can hear you now. Storm's brewing, Annie. Storm brewing, Annie.
Get inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for that one. All right, so
I can honestly say I had a full head of hair when I first saw Star Wars.
Rolling a style with a bass.
Oh my god!
All right. So on the collection corner, Steve, what have you got new lately?
Well, I saw the little thing and I was like, I was gonna grab this. So May the 4th this year, I went down to the Georgia Club event. They called it Rogue Fun. Everything was Rogue One based. And if you're familiar with Georgia, they're like super into these ice cream patches, the Wilrow Hood ice cream. So I got
yes.
That is awesome.
Ice cream bucket. For Wilrow Hood's ice cream.
So cool.
And I'll tell you what, the Georgia group, they go all out with their patch making. They've got a great designer. But there was a whole set.
I'm so jealous.
And they're Rogue One themed. The tutti
fruity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Deathly Delight.
Yes.
Print Crunch. That's one of my favorite names. It's very great character. I love. He was not on a ton, but I love that character.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my god.
One with that fudge. Oh my word! They did go off the chain with this.
Now, did you have to collect these, or did they come with this?
So you could sponsor it or order it at the event. So I ended up the club and myself sponsored it. So I've actually got a second set that once Georgia sells out of theirs, I think they might have a few left. The Minnesota club is going to do an auction for a full set. And the ice cream bucket, there's some extra swag that goes with it. There's a proof card because we're a sponsor, and some other stuff. So probably later summer, maybe closer to when TeamCon happens, we'll be having a big club kind of waffle that we'll do that people can buy into, and we'll give away a whole set of the ice cream. And anyway, so this was my kind of latest thing that I got. There was some really cool other swag, but this was the kind of the official thing that they had at the Rogue Fun event. So wanted to show that off. And my guess is for Celebration Japan, they'll probably have like the next iteration of this. They had it at Anaheim. They had one in London for their event this year. I'm going to guess they're probably going to do one for Japan too. So super cool stuff.
So
very, very cool.
I always love at Celebration the running of the Wilrow Hoods.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny to see all these guys in these orange jumpsuits running.
Yeah.
I want to do that someday.
I think we need to go to the next celebration and actually do that.
Next celebration's in Tokyo. I don't think I'm making it.
Okay,
I'm not going to make it. The next one in America. I think.
There we go.
I'm going to
next
say
one in America. I'm going to
2027.
2027. Yes, I have a sneaky suspicion that yes, that is when it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, Brown Leader's going to be upset. We didn't play the collection corner intro.
Oh, play it now.
Okay, here.
Never
it comes.
too late.
Okay, there we go.
Good enough.
We had to shorten it because I guess YouTube. Tried to.
Copyrights, yada yada.
Yeah. Guys are just no fun at all. So, DB, what'd you get, man?
Well, I've been trying to say this the last couple of weeks. I've gotten so much lately, I don't even know where to start. But I don't think I showed this off from when we went to Motor City Comic Con.
Yeah.
Our buddy Scott Baker.
2D or
My 2D Heroes.
2D, yeah.
He made these special ones with the Lions colors and Lions emblems. And this guy's what, about 18 inches, 2 feet. So he's setting up prominently in the man cave now. But
Very cool.
the things I've decided to show you tonight, if I can get them on the screen, I've been doing a lot of cleaning. And it's amazing what you find when you clean. I don't know.
That you forgot you bought? Yes. Oh, that's cool.
That back from the special edition?
That's back from the special edition. It was a Pepsi display. You used to stick on a pole here.
Nice.
That's
and then
cool.
A couple of things that I only grabbed one. Stand by. I got to find the other one. It's
All right,
even better.
We are going to stand by, and meanwhile, so yeah, I have not added a whole lot. I was digging through my collection and found I have an R3PO. He's got
No, you do not. Do you have a loose one?
I do not. I might have another one of these. I'll see if I can find it.
I need a loose one for my dioramas.
Oh, yes, you do. I did pick up Hu Yang.
Oh, nice.
Had to have him. Now I got to go find another one to open. And I can't remember if this came out last time, but I did pick up a vintage 12-inch C3PO. Now I got to go find the R2 to go with it.
I never had the 3PO R2 in the 12-inch variations. Okay, do you want to see the other really cool thing I found?
Show us what you got, man. What'd you find?
This was a poster. I worked at the university's theater when I was in college. Okay. And I found this poster for a special evening we had with William Shatner. This poster itself is
live long and suck it.
roughly that poster is 30 years old itself. I got to get that thing in a frame before it deteriorates. But
actually, that is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome.
Well, here's the other one. James Doohan.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Did I ever tell you my James Doohan story?
No, I don't know. I don't believe you have. Hold on.
I was in New York in 1989, and there just happened to be a Trek convention at the hotel I was staying at. And some guy after the first day came out and he goes, "Well, I can't stay the rest of the weekend. Do you want my ticket?" So yeah, I want your ticket. So I got to go in and see Brent Spiner talk, and then come to find out James Doohan, his room was actually on my floor.
Oh.
Although they had posted guards outside his wing, so you couldn't get down there. But he did sign some stuff for me. It was.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, it's just a napkin or a hotel pad or something, because I was totally unexpecting to do this thing. But he wasn't a very talkative fellow, but he was older at that point. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, that's my James Doohan story, and way off topic of collection corner.
Not really. It's part of the collection.
Somewhere.
I'll find those autographs and bring them up at the most inappropriate time.
Yeah, would you please? Yes, thank you. Because you know how much I love Trek.
Yeah.
Steve, I don't actually hate Trek. I've just never been a fan of the TV shows. I love the movies. I own all the movies, even the reboots.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I just never really got into the show. My wife loves the show. She grew up on it. But the movies, the Chris Pine movies, I enjoy those. I've really had fun watching those ones. Yeah.
Loved them. Wrath of Khan. I even like the original, the first one, the original motion picture.
Okay. Nice.
I even like that one for all of its epic failures across the board. I still think it was a cool story. I thought it was pretty awesome. But of course, these guys got to get as much Trek comments as they can, and because that's just how they are. What are you looking for now?
Hey, Scruffy, do you remember a couple weeks ago when you sent me out to the middle of nowhere to pick up a
I torture him by sending him links of stuff that's found on Facebook for sale, and he had to drive to the middle of nowhere, literally.
Yeah, it said local, and
it was local.
It was local. It was 20 miles on a main road, another 5 miles on the dirt road with the banjos playing.
Okay. And that kind of local.
Yeah.
kinda local.
It was very frightening, actually, how far out in the middle of nowhere it was.
Oh my word.
But the guy was super nice. He was awesome. He had more stuff to sell me that I could not afford. But I bought this Hoth attack base, and it was missing parts. But I got lucky on the ICC page. Somebody was selling all the little parts very, very cheap. Those came in the mail today, so now I can
Nice.
clean them up and put them in. I mean, dirt cheap. I was buying these things. So
That is awesome. So you have the complete attack base.
no, it's still missing the dome, the
Oh,
the
okay.
gray
Yeah.
part. But
Yep.
that's okay. It's going in the diorama with all the walkers and everything, so it's fine.
Oh, yes, your fleet of walkers now.
I have a fleet of
He's got 3
What-
now.
well, 5. But anyway,
Oh, yes.
well, Mrs. DB will kill me if she hears that. Yeah, the Micro Galaxy Squadron. I have 5 of them. Scruffy and Brown Leader bought me some for my birthday a while back, and then I bought some more. And here we are.
Yes. That's
I told you, Battle of Hoth's my favorite battle.
Yeah, I cannot argue with it. As a
That's
loyal northern Minnesotan, that Hoth is Minnesota and
Yeah,
Wisconsin and Michigan.
just-
I mean, that's just what
It's
it is.
just
Yeah.
January in our part of the country,
Mhm.
right?
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, so it was great to have you on tonight, Steve. Why don't you kind of go through everything again for everybody so that you know what to look for, where to find you at, huh?
Yeah. Well, the club, the Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance, we're on Facebook. If you just search Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance or MNSWCA, we'll pop up. Join the club. You don't have to be from Minnesota. It obviously helps for like local events, but we have folks from all over the country, all over the world. Love to have you join the fold in our love of Star Wars. And then kind of related to that is the TeebCon event that's coming up August 24th, 25th this year here in Duluth, Minnesota at the Duluth Entertainment Convention Center. The best place to get information about that is mnswca.org. It's the website that we have for our nonprofit. Not sure if I mentioned earlier, probably didn't, but our convention is a nonprofit charity event. We're not looking to get rich. We want to share our love of sci-fi and fantasy, but we're also raising money for our charity partners, the Pediatric Oncology Treasure Chest, the Minnesota Masonic Clinic, Children's Clinic for Speech and Language, for communication disorders. And then we've started a scholarship fund for mental health wellness here in northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and northern Michigan. Providers can apply for it to get further training.
Isn't that new?
That part is new. Yep, we've
I don't
established
remember.
it.
Yes, I don't remember you mentioned that last time. That's very awesome.
So my day job, my real job is I'm a therapist for kids and families here in northern Minnesota, and there's just I know the need for specialized training to help kids and families, and it can be quite expensive. So we want to establish this scholarship fund to help specifically northern Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan providers to get that additional training to help their families and kids that they work with. So there is the fun stuff, the hugely fun stuff with the event coming up with the guests, the celebrities, the games, the folks like Kim Simmons and the comic book artists and all of that. But then portion of the proceeds, all of our silent auction and raffle funds will go right to those 3 charity partners that we're partnered with.
I love that about your event, that it's charity, it's not greed. You know?
Yeah.
I love that about what you're doing.
Yeah, we're super excited. The last smaller events that we did, we were able to raise a good amount of money for our charity partners. They've been super blessed by it. They've been super excited, and the partners that we've had, the speech clinic and the oncology treasure chest, they're both going to have representatives at TeebCon to share more about their services that they provide to families. We really focus on what can we do to bring families together. And in our brains, us nerds, games, Star Wars, toys, all that kind of stuff brings families together. So we just really want to share that. So we're super excited for what we can do this year.
Oh, very, very awesome. So I don't, yeah. Back to question corner real quick. Brown Leader sent us a little message and debating if we should even put this up. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyway because he sent it.
Okay.
DB, I'll let you go ahead and read that one.
Absolutely not.
All right. Yeah, we're moving right.
Is that the dad joke of the day? I mean, do we?
We're gonna call that dad joke of the day because I am not. We're not. Yeah, we're not going there again. Where can everybody find you, Steve?
Yeah, again, the best place is mnswca.org. There's all the information and links about TeedCon. There's information and links about our charity partners. So if you're like wondering more about the people that we're partnered with, we have information on there. There's a link to the fan club page, the Minnesota Star Wars Collectors Alliance Facebook page. So if you go to that website, mnswca.org, it'll hook you up to everything. If you're interested in tickets, early bird ticket prices are on sale right now. If you're interested in Magic, Warhammer, Kings of War tournaments, tickets are on sale for that too. Or if you're interested and you're in the area or coming to the area, we have volunteer applications. So people that want to come hang out, help us out, we're looking for volunteers too. And all of that can be found at mnswca.org.
Oh, very, very awesome, man. Yeah, we're really sad. We are truly sad we're not going to be able to make it this year. DB's got prior engagements at work, obviously. I think I think in my world, there's only 4 of us, and one of us has time off requested that weekend already. Plus, I think isn't that Memorial Day weekend? No, it's the week before Memorial Day weekend.
Week before Labor Day, yeah. Week before
or Labor Day. I'm sorry,
still
Labor Day.
Very,
yeah.
very busy time of year. I know that.
Yeah.
So
Especially in our industry. So yeah, but I think I'm definitely going to be putting in some requests to see if I can't get out there next year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have you and love to have you featured at the event to maybe broadcast or interview some stars. I mean, I think that would be a lot of fun.
We would love that.
We would love to do that.
We absolutely, especially considering all the charities that you do sponsor. I think it's epically awesome that you're able to do that and make a difference in the world, man, because it needs more events and more people like you, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you on tonight, Steve. DB, give me that his Brown Leader's usual closing line there. You can find us on. You can find
all your usual social media or wherever you find your podcast. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, wow. Way to butcher that, bro.
Sounds just like it.
Oh, yes.
I didn't say. I'm going to go back to my story of I had to be on radio today, and they had to edit it to make me sound coherent. So there's no way I can do it live right now.
So okay, let me try and channel my inner Brown Leader here.
I'm going to use the Force.
I don't remember how he starts that out. We are Hyperspace Heroes. You can find us on Twitter or Twix. It's Twix is what he calls it now. YouTube, Facebook, or you can watch us live there. You can hear us audio version on any of your podcast listening choices. And I think we're gonna. I just need you to say we're gonna get out of here tonight.
Should we give a sneak peek of who's coming on the show next week?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, I think we should. So, yeah, because he would usually do that. I got to channel my inner Brown Leader here. So, upcoming next week, we have a special guest, Michael Havens from ICCC will be coming on and giving us an update on what's going on with our favorite Nashville convention, Imperial Commissaries Collectors Convention in Nashville. That is happening October 3rd through
the 6th, I believe.
Wow, I'm really going to stop picking on him for how organized he is. October 3rd through October 6th this coming fall. He's taking notes right now.
We're dead. I just think it's cool that we have 2 heads of conventions 2 weeks in a row. I mean,
Absolutely. Was both some amazing guests. So that is coming up next week. So tune in for our next episode where Brown Leader will be back, and we'll be corralling the kids into more of a specific format. How's that?
No more
And,
Spaceball 1 jokes or anything like that.
Well, he's not doing any better today with his Anakin tidy-whitey comment there.
No. And
That's just
Steve,
disturbing.
if you want to come back and give us more updates as we get closer to your event, by all means, please come back on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We would love to have you again, maybe in a few weeks, to see what's going on, what's new. You're always welcome on the show, man. We'd love to hear from you.
Excellent. Yep, definitely. I will be back. I always love hanging out with you guys, talking Star Wars side related as well.
And just completely off the rails, talking about
the General Lee.
The General Lee, yes.
Yeah, or because I saw a squirrel and now I'm completely lost in where we were going, what we were supposed to be doing anyway. Yeah, so it's great to have you, Steve. So you can listen to Hyperspace, or you can listen to and catch Hyperspace Heroes on YouTube, Twix as he calls it, Facebook, and of course audio version on
Spotify,
and
Spotify, Apple. Spotify is where I listen to us. So
yeah, that's
just
if I want to listen to us, I just go hang out in your office.
that's true.
That's true. So anyway, you have been listening, and I'm gonna sign us off now, or try to. So you have been listening and watching Hyperspace Heroes. That's no moon. Wow.
Better than ever.
Yeah, much better than ever.